So in science, a paradigm is your model of thinking. So let's look at these two NASA photos. Here we have the near side of the moon, which is what we see, and here is the far side of the moon taken by Apollo 16. So we see that the far side has a lot more craters than the near side. So the far side is pockled all over the place with craters. So if our paradigm, our model of thinking is that these craters are caused by the physical impact of meteors, then it wouldn't make sense that there would be this big difference between the near side and the far side. But if we change our paradigm so that we think, for example, that there's a biological explanation for the craters, that's what's happened is that small meteors containing dormant silicon-based life forms or silicon worms, that they're impacting the moon. The silicon worms wake up and then they start eating the moon. And this is what forms the craters. So if we accept this biological explanation that there's silicon-based life, just like we have carbon-based life based on the atomic element carbon, there's life that's based on a very similar atomic element called silicon. So once we accept a biological paradigm, then we start asking different questions. What things affect biology? Well, one thing that affects it is sunlight. So sunlight's not going to affect which side the meteors land on, but it would affect biology. For example, in the 1950s, people would go to the beach and they would hold a reflector under their necks so that they could get a suntan under their necks. So one of the things we notice that's different about the near side compared to the far side is that the Earth acts like a reflector. So the near side actually gets a better tan than the far side because it has the advantage of also having reflection from the Earth. So if these silicon worms don't like too much sunlight, then that would be an explanation of why there's more crater activity on the far side than on the near side. So when I say silicon worms, by the way, I don't mean to imply that I actually know what these creatures look like anatomically. They might just look like bacteria or something like that. But worm sounds creepier, so I say worms. But whatever it is, they're silicon based. The way that the craters are formed is probably that they not only use the silicon in the soil for building blocks for their bodies, but also for anaerobic respiration. A lot of scientists believe that humans, when we're first conceived, we actually use glucose for anaerobic respiration until aerobic respiration becomes more efficient. So with the anaerobic respiration of the silicon-based life, I would guess, it was a complete guess, I would guess that they're respiring, they're giving off silane gas, which is like methane, except instead of a carbon and 4 hydrogens, it has a silicon and 4 hydrogens. And I would guess that the reason why